Were you supposed to do something? I just hit live, and my staff weren't ready. I've been live for a little while. Oh, I've been alive, but not live on Facebook. Let me clarify. This isn't some clone of the Wild Doc posing as the Wild Doc anymore, I promise you. All you conspiracy theorists out there are like, is this the clone of the Wild Doc? Oh my gosh. Hey, Betty, come take a look at... I don't know if anybody else remembers that or not. I do. I love it. Okay, here we go. So Fauci admits he has no regrets that he lied to you. How do you like it? You know, the worst thing about being lied to is actually realizing that you weren't worth the truth. Fauci didn't think you and your family members and your friends and your grandma and your grandpa and everybody else weren't worth the truth. But I do want to put this into perspective. Let's look at something here. Let me read you a little snidbit. Snozberries. Tastes like snozberries. Sorry. I'm quirky mood right now. So Fauci told In Style magazine, this comes from New York Post, I'll get you the article links if you want it, said he had no regrets about lying. No regrets about lying. So here we go. And this is what they say his lie was. His lie was that masks can be dangerous, harmful. They touch them, they fool with them, they can spread more virus. Yeah, he supposedly lied about that. So here's what they said. We were told we have a serious problem with the lack of PPEs and masks for healthcare providers or health providers, and decided we really need to save the masks for people who need them the most. It was a noble lie, they said. So he didn't feel the need to apologize or even slightly be ashamed. But nothing is more coercive of public trust in the medical experts at the height of the pandemic. Let me tell you something about liars here for a second. You know what liars do? If a liar is a liar, and they say, hey, I lied over there. You see that? That back then, that was a lie. I want you to believe this right now. Believe this. Believe this right now that I'm telling you right now. Hey, common sense says wear 2 masks. Because 2 masks. Common sense says it's got to be better than 1. Come on now. Who cares about the past history, scientific studies, and documentation from the past SARS coronavirus outbreaks in China? Why did I say it like that? China. I'm sorry. Okay, so, you know, they want to sit there and say that. I mean, just think about it, folks. If somebody is a liar and they're like, I lied back there, and they've been admitting to lying multiple times, if they're a liar, they are going to use the admission of quote-unquote lies to convince you their latest lie is not a lie. That's how liars work. And especially ones like this one. Fauci is a pathological liar. So I'm going to turn the camera around here real quick, and you're going to be able to read this. So let's go to the British Medical Journal. It's funny how suddenly science is saying that masking is effective, but it's all in models. It's not actually in real-world examples. But if we go to this study in British Medical Journal, it was highlighting the use of masks in the general public and different types of masks for respiratory viral illness. And what does it say right there? It's tough to move my finger. My brain has to work. So observations during SARS, that was SARS-1, suggested double masking and other practices increased the risk of infection because of moisture, liquid diffusion, and pathogen retention. Oh my gosh, the science and past observations of people who wore 2 masks, they had increase in risk of infection. But Fauci wants you to believe that he was lying in the past about masks not working and that they could potentially increase the spread of viral illness and that touching them and fiddling with them. Fauci, the fibbing fiddler. Y'all think about this, all right? Your mask and your breath, it has moisture in it. Don't we all? That's how you see your breath in the dead of winter or in Tennessee. It's nice and hot. Take your shirt off. Get some vitamin D on Tuesday. On Wednesday, it's snowing. Make up your dang mind. But Masks, they hold the virus. So if somebody is actually infected and they're wearing a mask, you'd think, well, that helps stop the spread. But y'all watch somebody take their mask off the rear view mirror, put it on their hands, put it on their face, and what do they go reach for that you're going to have to reach for to get into a building? Touch a doorknob, touch things that hands touch. So what happens if that person, if anybody is claiming that a mask is effective and collects virus, but yet they have touched their mask and not immediately washed their hands and sanitized their hands every single darn time they touch their mask, then they have been part of this pandemic and have been spreading this virus to other people more efficiently. That'd be like watching somebody ahead of you go ahead and blow their nose. If somebody's breathing into a mask and they're happen to be infected and a mask supposedly did what it's supposed to do, which it does, it collects virus, but it's not blocking aerosolized viruses, especially when aerosolized viruses are roughly 60, the SARS coronavirus one, is roughly 60 nanometers to 120 nanometers. Oh, and their mass study said, oh, we think it filters out about 28%. Look at that. Look how retarded. I'm sorry, I used the word retarded. Idiotic this stuff is. Watch this. Wait, let me turn my phone around here for a second. So they say SARS virus is roughly less than 10 micrometers. Well, less than 10 micrometers is quite a bit of micrometers. And then it's quite a few thousand nanometers. So how much is it? Well, let's go to another research and let's go to the size particulate of it. 60 SARS coronavirus electron microscopy is, guess what? It is 60 nanometers at a maximum diameter of 140 nanometers. That's roughly half the size of what they said in this study was they looked for 300, less than 300. So I'll just show you. So in this mass study that Fauci's saying double masking is effective and it's up to 90% effective. So what'd they say? Anywhere from 28% to 91%. Oh, that's big, but it's 90%. That's what the public wants. That's what the media wants you to think. It's 90% effective at particulate sizes less than 300 nanometers. But again, the virus is 60 to 140 nanometers large. So that's a whole lot less. It's less than half of that. So what if the mask may prevent, and filter out, let's say 90% of 300 nanometer sizes or 200 to 300 size, from 200 to 300 nanometers in size, but 100% all of the below that 200 micrometer or nanometers gets through your mask. And like the other study I posted and pointed out, that wearing a mask causes turbulence in your airways, and thus small particulate sizes get stuck in your sinuses easier, because God was intelligent, allowing your nose to point down, and everybody wearing their mask like this catches stuff, falls in it right there, and then you breathe that in, causes turbulence, and then it gets stuck in your nose easier. That's what happens. That's what science is now showing. Again, that's a model. But then the other model saying it's filtering. They're not taking into account people touch their mask, like blowing into a snot, blowing your snot into your handkerchief and then going and would you be like, yeah, I'm just going to, somebody blew it in their handkerchief and kind of wipe their hands with it, touch both sides all in that handkerchief and then go touch the door in front of you. You might be like, I might want to wash that handle before I open it up or touch it because I might get infected and might get something. That would be a good idea for them to wash their hands after they blow their nose like that. But people aren't doing that right now with masks. So even in the physical dynamic of touching your masks, and if the person is infected and the mask is somehow collecting virus, which actually it doesn't filter out that size particulate very efficiently at least, and if it did collect some, which moisture would help in the collection of that on their mask, well then they touch their mask and then they touch what they eat and they touch what the other person's going to touch. They touch the pen that you're going to sign for your receipt at the gas station, at the clerk, whatever. You get me? But here we go. This is how they lie. This is how they lie. And it is not defamation of character because this man right here says, I don't regret lying. He says, had no regrets about lying. No regrets that he lied to you. Hey, Taylor in the background there. Sorry, man. So you guys get this? They don't care that they lied to you. They don't care. So, Mr. Fauci, you a liar. You need to be fired. Gone. Get him out. Anyways, hopefully that made sense. Hopefully you got something out of it. Hopefully you got a good laugh. Laughter's the best medicine. A whole lot better than wearing a mask. I appreciate y'all. Love you all. Share this information. I could be like, share. Because guess what? We might get censored. But honestly, I'm just reporting what New York Post reported, saying that Fauci didn't care that he lied to people. And I just want people to think about it. If a liar is an outspoken liar, why are you going to say, oh, thank you for lying to us so many times in the past. Oh, you admittedly have no regrets about lying to us because you're such a noble man. Noble liars. Gosh, they are the safekeepers of the United States healthcare industry and infectious disease specialists. They are noble liars. Noblemen. He's a nobleman. Yeah. Us lowly peasants need to maybe do something about these noblemen who are lying to us all. But I'm going to believe this liar. He's been lying multiple times, and he's just so sharp. He's just a tiny man. I just like to put him in my pocket, take him everywhere with me, and let him lie. Whisper sweet lies to me, sweet nothings all night long. Sweet lies. All right, I got to go.